To the markets now, and investors stayed on the sidelines today, with the local share market finishing flat after Wall Street took a dive overnight. Among those watching the action was Macquarie Bank's John Milroy. John Milroy, a weak Wall Street to US corporate downgrades and economic caution. Did our market do well today not to be dragged down by that?
Yeah, Andrew, good evening. Well, certainly pretty much a marking time here for our market, traded in and out of positive territory all day. We got a better read on consumer confidence numbers, up 3.7 points, but still below the long-term average. Markets really are transfixed by those issues that continue to face the Eurozone. And of course, as you mentioned, Wall Street earnings upcoming and really just the start of that period now. So investors are looking for the overall corporate health and reports that we'll get over the next several weeks. In addition to that, the Fed Reserve meeting minutes out tomorrow. News on QE3 will be closely watched.
A very quiet day on the corporate front today. To what extent is that companies entering the so-called blackout period before the profit reporting season?
Yeah, Andrew, it's a good point you make. We'll get our reporting season start in the back half of this month, so we're in what's called the blackout period for companies not releasing any further information about their financials. Investors are clearly going to be focused here on what the outcome of that is and get some fresh financial information, and to the extent that that's going to keep investors on the sideline before they get that new news.
Now, Whitehaven Coal has that talk of a $5 billion bid from Nathan Tinkler swirling around it, but I understand there are some issues with funding on that deal. Is that the reason for Whitehaven's plunge today?
Oh, Andrew, I think that certainly there have been some press reports in the order of that, but really I think in this sort of environment, in the absence of any fresh news or concrete news there, investors turn their attention really to what's happening at the corporate level, and some interesting outcomes for the Narrabri longwall mining operations and what's happening there. And of course the general indifference towards the resources sector probably plays its part. Stock finished down about $20 to $3.80 today.
Now, tomorrow we get a good look at how the economy's going with the release of the latest employment numbers. How important are they for equity markets?
Well, it's interesting, Andrew. I think that we're expecting it to tick up a touch to 5.2%, but perhaps the implications are more for monetary policy there. We think if the unemployment numbers stay high or relatively stable where they are, there's not much impetus really for the Reserve Bank to change its monetary policy stance. And indeed, we don't think we get much attention there until they meet again in September. They'll wait and see what the impact has been of those recent changes through the course of May and, of course, June as well.
And we'll wait and see what those numbers are tomorrow. John Milroy, thank you very much for your time.
Andrew, thank you.